Finding out how big something is and scaling it can be difficult even when you have a scale right in front of you. But what happens when you're scrolling Pinterest late at night and you find the layout of your dreams in a particular portion and you want to incorporate that into your project? Well, it's just an image, and so how are you supposed to take that image and have it to scale and not just spend hours doing it? So there's a couple little tips and tricks, and I'm going to show you how to do this using the wonderful Carrie Bradshaw's apartment. So I found this on Pinterest, and it's done by a wonderful artist that I can't pronounce the name here where their copyright is. And I just want to utilize it in order for you to be able to see how you can transform something into a buildable plan that just comes from a PDF or an image. Now, movie sets are notorious for very strange proportions. So this one isn't too bad proportion-wise, but when you look at like The Friends or Golden Girls, which I want to also do that, but that is much more intricate. There's 4 or 5 bedrooms and multiple levels, and so this is just a very small example. So specifically, how I would do this is using Chief. So you can print it out and make a physical scale and try to do it, but you are already using Chief because it's the best. So what you do is come and import a picture or a PDF. I happen to have it as a picture, so I'm going to import the picture. And so now we're looking at this, but I still have no idea a sense of scale, right? So what I do is I click draw a line, and I'm going to draw a line here. And I'm going to just look at this plan for a second and see what is a portion of it that I can easily scale. Now it's not a big plan, so there's not a lot to look at, but in this instance, there's 2 things that I would probably consider when I'm trying to scale it. This front door, which is normally going to be like a 36-inch wide, but if there's ever a tub, is generally a better route to go. So if I make this line, that one looks to me, just from the proportions, it looks like that tub's probably 6 feet long. So I'm going to go 72 inches on this line, and I like to open it up and make it, let's see, line style. I like to make the weight like 200. That might be a little bit much. We'll find out. If you change it and it doesn't look any different, you need to come and click this little, oh, you can't see it. It looks like, I'll kind of drag this over here and grow it so that you can see what I'm looking at. Okay. Oh, I clicked and dragged the wrong one, that's why. The one next to it. Oh, not that one either. Click and drag this one. Okay, so it looks like this little circle, and it's the line weight tool. So you click it, and now you see that line weight. It's a little thick, so I'm gonna go in and bump it to half the weight. Now, I have made this line 6 feet long. Now, if I'm assuming that this tub is also 6 feet long, what I'm gonna do is point to point move it to the corner of the tub. And I'm gonna make it, it's just disappearing into the wall there. So I'm gonna make it bright pink. So line style, color, change it to bright pink. Okay, so now I can see it. I'm gonna click the picture, and I'm going to just grow this picture's size until it matches that tub. And you're gonna probably have to point move it a couple times in order to reestablish this corner as being there. So it's still not big enough. So I'm gonna grow it a little bit more. And we're gonna point move it again. So close, but just not quite yet. We're gonna grow it just a little bit more. And it's not gonna be perfect. Okay, so it looks to be about that I've now scaled this within my drawing that Carrie Bradshaw's apartment is now a 1-to-1. So we can just go in with exterior walls, hover over the outside, and just drag through. And I'm excluding some portions because like I don't really need the medicine cabinet hole that this artist had put in there. And it's snapping to kind of a strange spot. That's okay. Can't seem to get over that spot. Okay, so drag it over to here. Go back to the exterior tool and just keep going around the perimeter. Now, obviously, these numbers are not perfect. Like this says 25'9". I think it's probably 26 feet. Yep. So that's a pretty clear. This one's maybe 16. Oh, nope. Let's go 15 feet. It's closer. And this is probably 31 feet. Nope, still not. 31'6". It's a lot closer. So now we can see that according to this artist, Carrie Bradshaw's apartment is approximately 800 square feet. And you can just go through and trace all the interior walls in order to do so. And you can recreate different plans, different portions of plans that you really like for practice, or just incorporating it into your design from a fictional character. So this one, it's again snapping to a little bit, kind of a strange plot, but it looks to be around 11 feet. And you can even see when you start putting cabinets in, it's not perfect. It's seeming like those cabinets are just a little bit more shallow than real life, but you can go through and recreate it, and any plan that you can see, you can incorporate those portions into your own design. Hope that's helpful, and if you want an ADU of Carrie Bradshaw's apartment, it's around 800 square feet. So if you have limitations for ADUs in your area, it might work. It would in mine. Thanks.